Hi, Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Welcome to your March 2023 reading. Just real quick, I just want to let you know, I know those who watch like more than just their own sign, they just feel intuitively guided or getting sick of this message, but I feel like there's a lot who still don't know. My channel got hijacked on January 28th, and I've been locked out of my channel since then. I literally just got it back. And, man, it has been difficult, to say the least. But anyway, the reason why I'm bringing this up, first of all, I don't want you to think that I just left. How rude. And there was no way for me to contact you, which is, like I couldn't get to my community page. The only way I could do is I left it on Facebook, because I know a lot of you are on my Facebook. But other than that, so anyways, long story short, my daughter has a channel, Jenny Love Tarot. A lot of you already know that, and a lot of you have already subscribed to her. But she allowed me to also do my readings there while I was gone from here. So you have a reading already done. I literally just did it a couple days ago, and I wasn't gonna I thought at first, I won't redo them, I'll just send you there. But then I thought, well, no, you need to have your own on each, like that reading is done and waiting. And I just have a feeling there's a reason why I'm doing two. So I'm going with it. I'm just doing it. So anyways, I want to let you know that. So Jenny Love Tarot, and it may have with Archangel guidance on it. I'm Sandy, by the way. I should start saying my name. Saying my name. Anyway, let's get into your reading. We are going to use 3 different decks. We're going to use our Mother Mary Oracle. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify, and we're going to use the Light Seers to do your main spread. And it's interesting, I do not remember what cards I used for your reading, and I don't even really remember the reading, but I do remember that it was a vast improvement over the reading before that, because I felt like the reading before that, I felt was heavy. Like you guys are in a heavy place, and I know some of you are still in that. I can feel that. I know that. But maybe that's why I'm doing this second reading. So let's go ahead and just get into it, okay? Just go ahead and give Mother Mary a cut. And let's begin. All of a sudden I'm getting this feeling of like there's some of you that are like retreating. You're retreating almost like I don't feel in a healthy way. Like isolating, and maybe you need that. That's important for you to have your alone time. It is important for you, and it just, who's ever with you is just going to have to know that. I'm the same way. I'm a Virgo, and I am the same way. I need my alone time. That's when I'm most creative. But anyway, I feel like I'm a little worried that some of you are going a little too far, as in you need to get outside. Okay. Blessings. Nice. Today I count my blessings small and large, and I notice the new gifts that come to me from God. Blessings. Today I count my blessings small and large, and I notice the new gifts that come to me from God. Blessings. Sobriety. Okay. It's interesting. I'm sorry. I just coughed like that. It's interesting because this can certainly talk about, like, I'm overindulging in something. My mind's not sober. It's like, I'm drinking too much. I'm smoking too much. Whatever I'm doing here. And, because I feel like some of you, you just were in that energy of, like, I just want to get by. And I feel like some of you may be covering up. You know what I mean? It's almost like I drink to mask the pain or mask the reality. But the more that I don't face it, the more difficult I feel like things become. Alright, anyway, let's see what it says. My clear mind is easily able to focus and concentrate. I don't know what that is. Okay, we'll let that be. I'm sure we'll read that. We'll read both at the end of the reading. I just feel like that's where it's most profound, at least to me. And let's face it, if I didn't have some type of enjoyment, I really enjoy figuring it out. You know what I mean? Digging in. That's why my readings are long. Being the detective and reading between the lines. I am the Queen of Pentacles. I wouldn't be doing it. Certainly not for the money. Though there are some readers that are over 500,000. It's and I try, I do not want to compare myself to others. Because I feel right there is a black spot. So don't compare yourself to others. Alright, anyway. Whoa. Okay. Hangman. I almost jumped off the table. Look at that. 7 of Swords. Face down. And the Hangman face up. Hangman. I'm seeking some type of wisdom here before I decide if I'm going to take a step forward or not. Now, it's interesting because, first of all, I'm looking at the image and I see there's illumination right around her head, her mind, her thoughts. And I feel like because it's illumination, that means truth. Now, do I face her or do I not? Because she's looking right at the 7 of Swords. So, 7 of Swords it's called Thief in the Night. But it talks about energy that you're just not sure of. It's interesting because I feel like it's almost let's just say I live with this person. I feel like what they do, there may be something that they do, and it's interesting because they're being illuminated. So I feel like if they're doing something in the dark, it will come to the light. But it's interesting because I'm getting this image of I don't do it at home. I leave the home, and maybe it's in the evening, and I don't know, almost well, where are you going? Because I feel like I'm not going anywhere. I'm not up to any good. Now, I don't feel like that's you. I feel like that's someone else. Now, it may not even... Let's just keep going. Because, I'm looking at this crow. And his mouth is wide open. And it's almost blah, 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 blah. Like he's trying to chat me up. You know what I mean? Is he trying to sell me on something? Yeah, the more I talk, the more, maybe I try to make someone believe, I don't know. It's interesting because I feel like this person who's in the Seven of Swords, I do feel like it's almost like they're being influenced. And maybe it is something that they're taking or doing. It's almost like, like a dark entity has attached themselves, and I don't know. And the person in the Hangman's like, well, I'm seeking wisdom of what to do here. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Nine of Swords. Dang it. We have the Ten of Cups. First of all, I want to say, because the Nine of Swords is mirrored by the Hangman, and the Nine of Swords is unnecessary worry. I'm not saying that there may not, because I do feel that there's something going on here in the Seven of Swords, and it's happening almost like away from you. And now I'm starting to wonder, because, it's like I feel like this crow is trying to throw me off. Because now I'm starting to wonder if, like, do I just think that something's happening? It's interesting because I feel like I could almost pinpoint what, if I'm in that situation, like, it feels like it would be like I worry about someone wanting to be with or going to see their ex. But again, the Nine of Swords is unnecessary worry. And this crow seems to, like, it's almost like, that dark cloud that's there, well, it can also reside within your own mind. Now, I'm not telling you you don't have reason. Okay, well, let's keep going. This is, We have the Ten of Cups here. And who's ever in the Hangman position, that's what they truly want, is the Ten of Cups. But nothing going forward this way. Wow, it doesn't seem like anything is even close to that. We have the Page of Wands. I feel like if some of you, like, found yourself with someone who just became untrustworthy, and even if, it feels like, I feel like they're being influenced, and it's a dark type of influence, but I feel like if I don't do something, because I feel like, I can't just sit here and worry. And I do feel like I am seeking wisdom. Okay. Two of Cups. Soulmate. And the Star. It's interesting because if I could just get rid of that Seven of Swords, this would be a great reading. Star is the card of Aquarius, but it's about your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. It's like I'm wishing for this Ten of Cups. It's what's mirroring it. I'm wishing for this Ten of Cups, and I'm wishing for it with a soulmate energy. There even may be someone you have on your mind. And I feel like for some of you, it's like you may be in a shitty type relationship. And maybe you think that's just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what makes you stay. You know, you have to figure that out. And maybe, you know, yeah, I heard Sam say something like anything can be mended. He was talking to his son, and I was like, well, that is true. But I don't know, because I feel like, is your soul calling you like elsewhere? Alright, let's take 4 more. It's like I almost can't wait to get to, look at that, the 4 of Wands. A commitment. You know, this is the marriage card. And I just have to say, like, everyone in this energy loves each other. And it's almost like we have like similar, I don't know, like if I want to say beliefs, because I don't know if that matters. We just get each other. Let's put it that way. We get each other. Now, it's connected to the 10 of Cups. And you know, for some of you, listen, maybe you had someone who was the 7 of Swords. Again, someone who just felt untrustworthy. Maybe you did make a change. And maybe what your worry is you'll, you know, like, I don't want that again. Well, don't think that way then. You know what I mean? Because I feel like who's ever in the 7 of Swords, there's almost like nothing you could do about it. I don't know. I don't know. I hate when I say I don't know, because I do know. I think I'm just, I don't know. I don't know why I say I don't know. Alright. I can tell you one thing. The Hangman won't have the awakening until he or she deals with the 9 of Swords. It's the mirror of each other. And the 9 of Swords talks about, you know, right when I felt like, before I even began your reading, like some are doing like self-isolation. That's what the 9 of Swords can turn into. You know what I mean? Like where maybe I used to be social and what have you, and now, you know, even if I have work, like I come home and I just, I close my door and that's it. But it is anxiety driven, and it is through the thought system. So think of how, because it does say, like, first of all, some things you cannot control. And if you can't control them, you just can't control them. So you got to let them go. You know what I mean? Like, and then some things just, maybe I want it, but it's not meant for me. Maybe, listen, maybe I think that I take that as an insult, but maybe the truth is it's a blessing. Because there is a 2 of Cups here. There's the 10 of Cups. And then there's the 4 of Wands. Alright, well, we have another 4 of Cups. And then we have the 9 of Cups. I have to just say, I feel like for some of you, it's like freeing yourself. And I feel like you either will or you won't. First of all, if this 2 of Cups is talking about the potential of what might be, I feel like it's attached to singular energy. And what I mean by that is, first of all, I have the 10 of Cups, but then it goes to the 9 of Cups. This maybe what I'm learning is I got to learn how to be happy on my own, by myself. You know, like not go to this place of worry, this state. You know, maybe it is, maybe I learn meditation, yoga, get outside. Like, like in nature though, because I feel like clean air, almost like rejuvenating you. So anyways, I feel, because I do feel like you're singular, like it's a singular energy, but it's an energy of inner harmony. Or the Four of Cups, which is right next to it, is really doing nothing. That might be part of why the Hangman is here, right? Four of Cups is, first of all, it says use your spiritual discernment. Because let's just say that you are with someone in the Seven of Swords and it's keeping you in this, like, this state of anxiety. You got to look at it like, you know, is that what you want? Because especially with this 5 here, it's like, you got to make the change. Not that you're on your own. You're not on your own. But there's certain things you do have to do. You know what I mean? Alright, we have the King of Swords. Can be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. And then we have the Tower. It's almost like someone new is introduced into your life, and maybe you start having feelings for them. You know, and maybe you feel it's wrong. You know, because maybe you do have someone else in your life, but I feel like if you do, I feel like that other person is almost like paying you no mind anyway. I do feel like whatever they do outside, they don't bring it into the home. You know, I mean, you know, should I give him an attaboy? I don't know. Anyway. Listen, I feel like if as I'm speaking, you should already know if it's you or not. If you have to think about it, then it's probably not you. You know what I mean? Because I want to make that very clear. Like, this isn't saying that all people are out cheating. No, this is saying how you feel. How something's making you feel. And think, and maybe even overthink. I don't know. But it may be about what you do next. You know, and I feel like your guides are saying, don't take on the mindset that anything new that comes your way, you know, like the Page of Wands is the risk taker. You know, I'm going to take a chance. Or the Four of Cups, I'm not. But, you know, the Star is like, what, you know, how do you want your life to be? It's mirrored by the Ten of Cups. That tells me you're looking for harmony. You're looking for love. You're looking for equalness. You're looking for joy and laughter, and you know what I mean? And not worry. You're looking for true commitment. Or nothing at all. And that may be why the Four of Cups is here. It's almost like, maybe I'd rather just have nothing at all. But that's not why your soul's here. Your soul's here to have experiences. And when we shut ourselves down, we shut down our, you know, the potential of the experiences. Interesting that this king does have the Tower over him. This could represent, you know, a marriage for some. Maybe a marriage ended. But, you know, what I have to say, even if that's the case, like whatever is going on here, what it's showing is like the path can potentially lead, you know, like when you can find, how do I want to say this, like emotional balance within yourself. When you can like learn to be okay with, what I have, who I am, you know what I mean? Like some people are like, Sandy, why don't you put your face online? I don't want to do my hair every day. I don't want to put makeup on. You know what I mean? I'm at home. It's like, you know what I mean? And not that I care what I look like without makeup and all that. Actually, I think I want you to focus on the cards, so I want you to do. Anyway. Okay. We have the Empress on the bottom of the deck. You might be a mother. I almost feel like, it's interesting, it just says Tower. I almost feel like, it's almost like, how do I say this? Like things didn't turn out how I thought they would turn out. Does that mean that you can no longer have it? Things didn't turn out the way I thought they were going to turn out. Maybe I thought with someone it would be the Ten of Cups all the time. It's usually not reality. But, I feel like there had to be some red flags. And that's not to put judgment on you. It's so you can learn from it, right? It's like, do I pay attention to red flags, or do I be like, Alright, well, let's get into it. It's funny, my foot's falling asleep. Okay. Let's go deeper. Alright, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles did come in a reverse. And this can certainly talk about your money. And it being, if I make a certain decision, it almost feels like it's cut in half. But it's interesting because even if that's the case, like right below it, what's supporting the Hangman is the Ten of Cups. So, I lose a little here, but I gain more over here. Could certainly talk about a house that doesn't feel stable. I feel like, I don't want to say watch your money, because I don't want you to worry like that it's being taken. Now, if it's already been taken, that's one thing. But, or if you keep a large sum of money at home, I don't know. But, this Nine of Swords also is telling me, don't overthink it. But I think I at least should mention it. Okay. It feels like, I'm going to be honest, it just feels like an unstable house. I almost don't want to call it a home. Whether that's what was or what you're going through now. I almost feel like, I don't feel the stability here. We have the wheel, your destiny. Alright, well, what does that tell you coming over the Seven of Swords? Like, really? It says that, these experiences that you're having both easy, both joyful, and both hard, are all part of your destiny. You know, what's meant to be. Now, that doesn't mean that you're meant to accept the Seven of Swords. Maybe you're meant to move from it. You know what I mean? Because we have the Four of Cups down here mirroring it. And this is really where I'm not really doing anything about it. Even though I kind of feel like I'm fantasizing. Like, if I don't do anything, I feel like I'm fantasizing about the potential of the Ten of Cups, Four of Wands, Two of Cups. But yet, I feel like if I do something, then it does exist. Okay. Not all lessons are meant to be easy. You know, and if you think, like, if you remember that you're, you know, you're also spirit, right? You're a spirit having human experience. And, you know, all of it's temporary. Interesting with the Five of Cups over the Five of Cups. You know, it's a weird thing, but I feel like there's, for someone, it's almost like, you know, it's almost like someone that I was with who maybe had gone back to an ex, but then down the road, I feel like you also may be going back to an ex. I'm saying an ex. I feel like we're going to remember these fives are talking about change. So there may be two people cutting ties. Maybe you are giving someone the Tower. Maybe this is the wisdom you've been seeking. Okay. We have the Lovers. The Lovers. Card of Gemini. This is a head over heart decision. It did show up in reverse. And it's interesting because it's mirroring this Ten of Cups. Sometimes we get in a relationship and we give someone a title. Like they're my soulmate or they're my twin flame. And maybe they're not. You know what I mean? Like maybe they're part of the karma that you came to this lifetime to try to pay off. You know, and if that's the case and you do pay it off, and maybe that's simply like learning the lesson, that may be like, Okay. So interesting because I'm feeling like almost like two different paths. But I feel like getting to the door of this path is not easy. It has not been easy. Okay, we have all these cards. We're going to take them just like they showed up. We have the Eight of Wands. We have the Eight of Swords. I like that. We have the 8, interesting, 3 8s in a row. Wow. 8, 8, 8 in a row. 8 of Pentacles. And then we have the 3 Cups. Okay, simply put, I feel like the joy is gone from one thing. But that doesn't mean it's gone from your life. You know, whether this is talking about a relationship that can be healed, that is determined by two people. Like, does each want that? With the Four of Wands, you know, I feel like you want a true commitment, right? But at the same time, you got to think about, like, okay, well, what if it's going to remain the same? Is this what I want? Because I feel like, I don't know. It's like I'm trying to be careful not to tell you what to do, because that's not what I feel like I'm supposed to do here. I do feel like the joy is gone. Or at least it feels that way. It's funny, with the Eight of Wands, can be slow moving, but part of the movement is because of the Hangman, right? Seeking wisdom. At least maybe I've already gotten the wisdom. Now I got to act upon it. Nah, maybe there's more. Maybe I should seek more. Maybe you should act upon it. Because it turns that Eight of Wands around. And also what I think about, I bring about. We have the Knight of Cups. Three Swords. Page of Wands. I feel like this is the second time. Yep, here's a Page of Wands here. Some of you may be, again, reconnecting with someone of your past. Four of Swords. You know, I feel like we're not always 100% healed when we move into, let's say, our next relationship. You know, whatever is happening here, like, I do feel like it's talking about love, but it can also be talking about work. It could be talking about both. Almost like, because I'm not focusing on it. Eight of Pentacles, especially if it's mine, right? That's what the Eight of Pentacles is about. I'm like, you know, if I focus on it, I'll grow it. And I am the benefactor of that. But the Eight of Pentacles in reverse kind of feels the opposite. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not putting my energy there. You know, I have fantasies of what I want, but I don't feel like I'm being proactive in getting it. Jeez. Okay. Well, hello, Ace of Pentacles. Perfect. Perfect. So, you know, this may speak about towers that have happened, a tower that you just had happen, or maybe you're just seeking more. You know what I mean? But it takes your human action. But the Ace of Pentacles is like, you know, it is a blessing. It's a gift. Mirrored by the Lovers, by the way. You know, even though the Lover's in reverse, maybe I thought this was my lover. Maybe I thought you were my lover. But actually my lover's in this Two of Cups. Maybe. So the Ace of Pentacles is something that comes in and it can truly expand your world. Again, you have to nurture it. I like the Empress being at the bottom of the deck because she would nurture this ace. She would take it from an ace to the Ten of Pentacles. She gets inspired in epiphanies and she brings them to the table. She's learned to trust what she feels. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't wear blindfold. Her energy is what determines if someone stays in my life or leaves my life. In any factor, you know, love, anything. You do have the Knight of Cups here that is mirrored by this Ace of Pentacles. This Knight of Cups is unexpected love. It's funny because Ten of Pentacles, yeah, I'm looking at the four corners. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, Well, but then you have the Lovers in reverse over here. Again, maybe what I thought was going to be everything turned out to be hell. Alright, so I move from that energy. The Knight of Cups, unexpected love. It's usually how love happens. It's unexpected. And then the Ace of Pentacles. I can take this ace. The Empress is like, give me that ace. I'll take it and I'll make it my own Ten of Pentacles. But I feel like somebody else, you know, this Knight of Cups, again, this Knight is bringing a cup of fulfillment. But it's when? Well, first of all, right above it's the Eight of Wands in reverse. So slow moving. Right? Why is it moving so slow? Because I'm not focusing on all that can be. I'm not putting my action into it. I feel like you are letting down walls. You know, like this time's not wasted, but I also feel like it's time to turn that 8 around and everything starts flowing. You know, this 8 of Swords is attached to the 3 of Swords. But this 8 of Swords being reversed, meaning you're overcoming heartache. Something. Or are you? With the 4 of Cups. 8 of Swords in reverse tells me yes. 4 of Cups sitting here would tell me, don't count on it. Alright. I want to... Alright, well, we'll just see. We have 7 swords. I want to see where it takes us. Hello, Justice. Some of you, it's a divorce. Again, I'm not telling you what to do. I think your soul is telling you what to do. It doesn't have to be divorce, though. It can be cutting of ties. It can be karmic. You know, if it's karmic and the lesson is learned, it's like it's learned for eternity. You know, it's almost like this person of the 7 swords is heading towards justice, almost like heading towards jail. Heading towards the law. And when justice shows in a reading, it's about giving you balance. It's about making you whole again. Right? And you just got to kind of know that. Well, hello, 4 of Wands. Okay. Pretty clear. Right? There's the marriage card again. Alright, let's say that I do that. Well, I feel like, I feel like my guides are saying just look at the bottom and it shows you, right? The Ace of Pentacles mirrored by the Knight of Cups coming over the 4 of Wands. You know what I feel like? I feel like it's saying potentially one commitment or one marriage maybe is over. It's done. And I feel like, listen, you are out of balance anyways. I felt it. You're off kilter. So I feel like this is the cutting of ties, cutting of whatever they may be. And I don't even have to tell you why. I feel like you already know why. You know what I mean? But this is believing in, really believing in what can be. None of this feels easy. But it does feel like, it does feel temporary. And it also feels like the changes, the good changes start to happen when my energy starts to change. Alright, one more shuffle around. Not a round, just one more shuffle. Alright, let's take what's face up first. We have the Magician, the Manifester. We have the Page of Swords. And we have the Four of Cups. It's almost like you're talking to me. Some of you are like, you don't understand, Sandy, I have kids. I do understand. I understand it because I was a child whose parents got divorced. And I understand because I got divorced. So I do understand it. But I think, again, you know, this Seven of Swords, like, this is the second time we've seen it. And now it's connected to justice. And the Magician below it, you know, the trickster. Almost like, you know, I gotta be careful that if this is like a kid in the Page of Swords, you know, I don't want to be this. I want to be more like me. I don't know. You know, it's interesting because in the Four of Cups, this person is being offered a cup. So a cup is being offered. But really, it's about inactivity. Like, I see it, but... Almost like someone had you under a spell. I put a spell on you. Alright, I'm going right over that. I know. I don't know why I'm not ending it. I want to go right over that. I get it. Like, I get what's being said. Maybe I'm not going to get anything. The Hangman. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Funny, I watched this flip itself around. The Five of Swords. I love it in well, I do like it in reverse. I'm feeling it twofold, to be honest. First of all, it's talking about energy that does feel toxic, that is toxic to you. I feel like, you know, maybe you don't know it, maybe you do know it. It definitely affects your emotional house too, but it's also affecting you and what you're doing in your life. Page of Pentacles. It's like, what am I supposed to do with all this? I'm supposed to learn from it. This is a path about knowledge, gaining knowledge. Like, as I continue along this path, I gain more and more knowledge. I become the wise one. This can talk about even building a business, building your foundation, building anything. You know, I feel like, but you want to build it solid. You want it to be solid at the same time. So I feel like, honestly, that's where I should leave you reading, because I feel like what's, you know, can it be saved? Oh, well, you know, I'm never going to say no. But let's say you don't, or let's say it's already happened. This is talking about what can be. Also, it just wants you, maybe for some of you, to see that that your spirit guides see what's going on in your life. So when you feel alone, you can now know that you're not alone. Learn what you can learn. Move on from that that's not serving you. You know, you're right to dream the dream, but then you put the action behind it. You know, and it's not telling you, like, go out and find it. It's just have the intention, like, put your foot into it, like, make them move. Almost like, I can't want this Ace of Pentacles, but in the same breath, say I'm going to stay in that seven with the Seven of Swords, because they'll just take that Seven of Swords. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Oh, I'm going to read. Let me grab a drink real quick. I feel like this is probably going to be a long reading. I still would like you to watch your other one too. I don't know. I just feel like they're going to relate. Alright, blessings. You received this card as a reminder of the power of gratitude. Perhaps you've been feeling sorry for yourself lately, or feeling as if God has forgotten about you. Mother Mary reminds you that your prayers are answered in many different ways, and guides you to notice all the gifts and blessings you already have. Sometimes, shifting your focus from what's wrong to what's right can make you notice more blessings that have previously been overlooked. This is a card of optimism, asking you to purposefully and consciously focus upon everything and everyone that you're grateful for. You can make a mental or written list daily, ideally, to train your mind to notice all the gifts you already have. It's like a list of gratitude. By doing so, you're more likely to notice the new ones coming your way. This card also signals that new blessings are entering your life as an answered prayer. Okay, I almost don't want to read sobriety, but I'm gonna. Some of you like, click. I can't even find it. There you are. Alright. Excuse me. Mother Mary supports your intention to have a chemical-free lifestyle. She can guide your detoxification process and support you in choosing sobriety, one day at a time. A clean and sober mind is better able to concentrate during meditation and prayer, in the same way that a sober driver can better steer an automobile in a straight line. Your prayer for help in this regard can also reduce or even eliminate cravings for unhealthful substances, so that sobriety is a pleasant and more peaceful choice. Mother Mary's love will give you the feeling of comfort, bliss, and love that you once sought through substances. That's weird, I can't say the word. Alright guys, I really feel like your reading is like probably the longest. But I feel like we needed to go deep. We needed to go deep. I want you to look at this at the potential of what can be. That's how I want you to see it. Alright, I'm going to stop talking. I love you guys. I'll see you next time at our table. Glad my channel's back. Yay. Bye-bye.